So, it's been a good few hours of resource collecting. Um, my base has changed a little bit. Um, oh, that's good. But yeah, we've got a proper nether wart farm, and nothing's changed over here really. The portal is still exactly the same, but I have got this chest and this chest, which is filled with every single material we need to build my house, which is going to go in this spot here. Sheep, would you please move? Actually, I'm going to show you first, because I'm going to need the wool for future projects. Just go in there. You should probably want to move. Anywho, we have all the materials, and we have all of this done, basically. Which means it's time to get building. Because some people have already got houses built, or some people have already got farms built, and I only have a singular nether portal structure, which isn't even finished, and that's it. I don't have anything else besides like my diamond armor. So we're gonna get this house built, and we will go from there. Yeah. Cue the time lapse. There we have it. Our house has been well, my house has been constructed, and I'm very happy with it. I did build this in a creative world, and I transferred it onto the server here. But we've got a little patio area out the front, and as we go round, nothing really on the side, but that's fine. It's just for aesthetic purposes. Then you have the front door, little area down the bottom with trapdoors here. Those are supposed to be flipped. They're like this so that mobs can't get in. Although I did realize that spiders can still get in, so I'll have to watch out for that. But I'll be lighting up everywhere anyway. And then we've got a little area up here, which will probably be my bedroom, you know. A little bed, probably here, or no, we'll put one there. We'll put the bed here, with a double bed, with something, and then we got a really high ceiling. And then if we want to, we can just walk through the window. That's not really supposed to happen, but that's fine. And then there's like this little pseudo balcony here, which isn't really a balcony, but it gives the idea at least. And yeah, it's just a little house. It's just a little thing to get me started. Storage will probably go in my full storage will probably end up in the guest house section, which is going here. But at least for now, my house is built. And I'm very, very happy with it. So the next thing we need to do is we need to finish off the roof of that, basically. And while I've been building this, my nether wart's grown. So, I will harvest this and then get back to you once the roof for that's done, because you don't really want to watch me place even more blocks on top of a roof. I've literally just done those roofs. So, one roof here, and that will be done. And I shall see you once that is done. So, as you can see behind me, it has been completed. The little portal cover enclosure. I don't really know what it's called, but the building that surrounds my nether portal is now complete. As you can see, it's in the same style as my house. My house is slightly different, but it still fits the theme. I decided to use mangrove for the window bits, just to make it so that they're not just like big gaping holes. Like, my house obviously has a hole here as well, but like that's planned. That's supposed to be that way. Whereas I didn't really like the hole here, so yeah, I decided to use mangrove because it's red. It's red enough. It complements the brick. But the next thing we have on our to-do list is the guest house, which, if we look on the map, we have my house, we have the little nether portal. The guest house is going in this section. These 9 chunks here are going to be the guest house. And then we're going to have a couple of other bits dotted around with the bridge coming from out here-ish up into the top area here. But yeah, we need to build the guest house is the next thing on our list, which is going in this location. Maybe not the full 9 squares, but maybe like these 6 with a little bit coming off here. That's the next thing on our list, and I don't have a design for this yet. I only have like a mental plan of what I want it to look like. I don't have a schematic. Well, schematic. Yeah, schematic. I never like Matica schematic like I did for my house. And I didn't. And even though this technically was built without any schematics or anything, it's literally just bits from this bit from my house basically just slapped together. Like, that's literally all the base is. It's literally, this base is literally pretty much exactly the same as my base. As the base on my house, just, you know, obviously it's a different shape and it's slightly different, but that's about it. This was done using basically what was just on there. Didn't mean to click that button. No, yeah, this was done literally just on there. So this is basically I took the bits that I liked from my house and I turned it into another something else. Whereas for this construction, I'm not gonna have anything else. I feel there's gonna be some of it's gonna be in line with this. I know that for a fact, and I think that's gonna be the guest book. I think is gonna be in line with this here. So, you know, someone comes over and visits me. You know, the first thing they see is sign the guest book, and there's a guest book here, and it'll just be like everyone's names, you know, and so then that way I can keep track of like who's come over to my base, and that's you know, it's something that's a little bit nice. It's gonna have, but it's obviously gonna be my storage, but it's also gonna have like bedrooms, so that like if anyone needs to sleep over, you know, if it's like they come here and it's night, instead of having to go up to my house, instead of having to go to my house, they can go into the guest house. Why do I keep clicking that button? That's not what I want to do. But yeah, so the you know, this here. Bean has already recorded episode 3. What? How? Fair enough. Yeah, so anyway, the main thing is we're gonna get this done, and we're going to probably sketch it out with like wooden, like with spruce first, and then probably go from there. I don't think I'm gonna be on a platform the same way this is on a platform. I think it's gonna be like floor level, and then some of it's gonna be up on the platform because it's gonna go over the water. But I don't think it's gonna be full platform. So I think the first thing we need to do is we need to clear out all these trees, and then from there we can then figure out where we want to put entrances and stuff like that. I guess that's the best way to do things. So give me a moment, and I will get that done. Cue the time lapse. I've been organising my chests. As you can see, the ones from me building my house have gone now. They just disappeared. I've moved them all into these chests. So all these are a little bit more organised now. All the shinies in here. And then I've put all of the like all the plant-based things basically into the barrels just in front of my house. But I also have got a little bit of a cosmetic change. So it's, you know, I should probably fit the theme of my base. So this is me now. I look very, very good, and my hat is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's got the little Sukanim logo on the back, you know, my little cat base. Yeah, it's very, very, very comfortable, and honestly, it kind of needed in this area. It's a little bit yeah, it's a little bit too dirty to work in my best clothing around here. Not saying that this clothing isn't some of my best clothing, but like my other clothing is just a little bit too fancy and a little bit too proper, I guess, to work in this area. So I changed it. This is what I look like now. You will probably be seeing my hat quite a lot because it's on top of my head. Anyway, I'd like to thank my brother Lion for the skin. He was the one who created it for me under my guidance for how it looks. I sketched it for him. But thank you very much. You honestly, you know, it took a while, but you know, thank you anyway. Yes, but on top of that, while I was going through the chests, I found something. And I found something from Cogs and Crowns, and it was, I don't know where it came from, but it was probably something that came with me when I was transported. And it was a little drive which has a prototype AI on it, which well, I couldn't use it fully using some odd I'll say redstone trickery because that's what I used. I found some redstone and I did some work, and now I have successfully created Vera. Say hello, Vera. Wonderful. And Vera, do you want to tell everyone at home what your name stands for? Wonderful. Of course. Yes. So now I have Vera to help me. And Vera, as her name suggests, is primarily programmed to fact check me or to leave notes when I do something incorrect. And yeah, it's just, to be honest, it's a little bit lonely in the middle of nowhere. I've had a few visits from other Vanians, but there's not been many. So Vera will be the first Akabeni resident. Resident. How about that? We'll say that. Vera is the first Akabeni resident. After myself, of course, but that doesn't count because I'm the founder of Akabeni. Besides the point, Vera is now completely and utterly, well, she's not complete. She probably will be getting upgrades in the future, if I'm going to be honest. She's a bit cobbled together. But the main point is she's now functional, and I will be able to have a bit of help. So, yes. Now, the other thing that was on the list, guest house. Yes, the guest house. That's the other thing that's on the list. But it needs to be done. I'm working on it. I've got a little desk already. This is going to be where the guest book's going to be. So it's going to sit here. You can sign the guest book. You know. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, but it's honestly it's a little difficult to plan because I'm not building it in a creative world like I did my house, as you can see there. My house is on stilts, kinda, as well as this is also on stilts. This is floor level because I don't really want someone having to go up a stilt to sign a book. So it's floor level, which means that I'm gonna have to dig out areas. It's becoming nighttime. So yeah, we will have to see how that goes because we're gonna have to move. It might be that it ends up coming round and then going on stilts as it goes into the water area. So here it's on stilts, and then the water area obviously definitely is on stilts. That might be how it goes. We shall have to see. But for now, I think it's just getting to the actual building part of this bit. So yeah, I'll get on that then. And there we go. Just a little bit of light. Found a candle. Thought it was cool. Anywho, we have now got to do this. After a trip, I went on a trip through Spawn to the shopping district and I grabbed a load of bit more wood. And now I need birch planks, and we need to finish birch planks and birch slabs. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do basically this, but without this, the top bit. And we're going to do it here. It's going to come around, then here it's going to like sit on the ground, and then it's going to go into the ocean as like a platform basically. So we need to dig out all of this area, and I hate that it's raining, but I can't do anything about that. So at the moment I'm just going to head inside while we finish the chat. Yeah, so that's what the plan is. We're going to build the area, the flooring, at least this episode. We might not start completely, but I'm going to do the floor plan at least to do the layout, and then I can do everything else after that. Vera will probably correct me if I ended up doing more, but yes, that's the current plan. So let's get to it. run out of birch. I have no more remaining, which is annoying because I have done a good amount, as you can see. Like, I've cleared out the space for the guest house. It's quite a large building, but that's fine. It was supposed to be a large building. And as you can see here, I've got all these birch trees. These are all planted so I can eventually cut them down and use their wood to make my floor, but I can't do that until they've grown up. Oh, that one's grown up. But yeah, so I've done the layout, as you can see on the map. It's quite a large building on the as you can see here. It's quite big. I quite like it though, so it's a good size. And obviously this isn't just a guest building, it's also going to be my storage. So this bit here is the guest area, and then there'll be probably some doors here, and then this is going to be my little workshop slash storeroom, which is just off to the side, meaning that, you know, I can pop in and out. I might have a little area out the front for junk items that people can just come and grab if they want them. A bit like at spawn, we have a little chest with a load of stuff in it that, you know, doesn't really have anything. But also we have this now, which is going to be the guest book, which, if I quickly write it out, Benny guest book. There we are. Would you look at that? And then you can go on here. People can sign their name. And then that way, you know, we can have an accurate knowledge of who comes over to my base. Oh, there's some more saplings over here. Yeah, so that's the main place put out, I think. We've got obviously all the flooring to do, and I think that I will probably finish that and then end the episode. That's my idea. This is not good. The one issue with using wood in a forest is that you get too close to the wood and the leaves just do not leave. That was not supposed to be a pun, but never mind. The leaves just do not deteriorate because they're just too close to your wooden structures. That's the one problem with using wood. Anyway, yes. So enjoy the time lapse of me finishing the floor and all the area around, you know, behind me, finishing the platform. But until next time, thank you for watching, and, you know, join me for next episode, which probably will be the actual structure of the guest house, because at the moment we've only got we're only going to be doing the floor. But yeah, I'm going to end out this episode on the time lapse of me finishing the floor. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Join me next time. Bye bye.